We don't realize how dependent on power we are until something that depends on it fails. In such cases, electricians should be contacted, but first, let's look at electrician secrets and hacks only the electricians know, because for all of their years of experience, they have knowledge that you will not. These are the genius electricians hacks you need to know about. Removing a broken light bulb with a potato. We're convinced that you haven't heard anything about this. When you use a potato to remove a broken light bulb, you reduce the risk of being electrocuted. The potato should be split in half and then used to break the glass that was left on the bulb to complete this task. Then press it against it and rotate to unscrew it from the socket until it is no longer attached. Make sure you double-check everything and turn the power off before proceeding. The end of a hanger can be used to locate a drilling site. Measurements are still being taken from the foundations to identify where a hole for a wall should be drilled. Take a look at the following. Hang an insulated coat hanger or insulated hanger on the wall. To finish it off, snip the end at a 45-degree angle. To accommodate the bit, insert it into your drill and drill a small hole in the floor at a 45-degree angle close to the molding. Homeowners are unlikely to notice this hole because it is so small. Always carry a strong magnet. The entire house wiring premise necessitates working beneath the walls and ceilings. You're constantly tracing existing wiring, running new wires, working from small holes in the walls, and double-checking that everything is aligned perfectly on both sides. There are several ways to record your trip by drawing lines and punching little holes, but one method is particularly useful because it does not require any permanent alterations. Magnets can detect ferrous metal components in lightweight building materials like wood, tile, drywall, and other similar materials. Keep an eye out for studs with the help of a magnet. Batteries and stud finders are notoriously hard on them, so they frequently run out and need to be recharged at inconvenient times. Keep a strong magnet in your kit instead of allowing this to slow down your endeavor. Using a lightweight piece of string, dangle your magnet along the wall you're researching. If the magnet responds, there's something ferrous behind the wall. Even with a fully charged stud finder, this method works when the wall surface coating or material is difficult to detect. Working as a guide for fishing. When you're fishing down the backside of a wall, you don't have to worry about your catch going missing. To keep the string pulled straight down, you may already be using the heavy nut technique. The efficiency of this method will be quadrupled if you use a magnet in your opening to guide the line down. As a retrieval method, it's all too easy to lose small objects in the hard-to-reach locations when you're working in the in-between spaces. If the lost items were ferrous, the magnet can help once again. Depending on the space you're dealing with, you can use a string or a slender stick to link the magnet to a string or a slender stick to bring your misplaced products back to you. Insulation itch can be prevented with this tip. All electrical work should be done on the habitable side of walls, yet electricians are more at danger than any other tradesman of coming into touch with sawdust, insulation, and other materials. This material is extremely irritating and can cause serious skin irritation, necessitating the use of a face mask and eye protection. Even with long sleeves, it manages to get up over your neck, across your face, and onto your hands. In this circumstance, a jar of baby powder or a small package of cornstarch will serve. Apply a little layer of lotion to the exposed skin under the collars and at the sleeve ends. Make sure it's out of your ears and out of your face, and stay away from your eyes. The insulation will not come into direct contact with your skin as a result of this protective barrier, eliminating irritation and itching. Instead of string, use a jack chain. It is difficult to work with string since it is often made up of fine threads that might become entangled in abrasive materials such as insulation and untreated wood. Despite the fact that string fishing can be extremely advantageous in some situations, there are times when another strategy is more appropriate. In circumstances where you need to apply a small amount of force to your fishing line, a jack chain can be used in place of a fishing string. The weight on your side assures that it will fall straight down and slide over obstacles without hanging up, and the durability ensures that you can pull on it without jeopardizing your link. Holster for your tester made of Velcro. There are many electricians who prefer to work alone, and most jobs aren't large enough to warrant the presence of more than one electrician on the site. But there will always be those rare moments when you wish you had a third or fourth hand to hold your tester or a spare wire in your possession, and you will wish you did. Multiple approaches to resolving this frequently encountered problem have been proposed, including the use of tape, mounting nails, and other similar ways. Ingenious solutions include sewing a Velcro patch on the inside of your jacket and using it to act as a personal extra set of hands. Make a back of your testers with Velcro that has the opposite texture of your gadget, and you'll be able to keep your gadget visible while you work like a wristwatch. Multiple switch wiring that is neat and orderly. Whenever you're working with a high number of switches, whatever streamlining efforts you do will help reduce the amount of clutter generated by unnecessary wiring entering the cluster of connection points. The fact that cables do not need to be severed in order to make contact in this case is very noteworthy. This is especially true for the common connection between the switches. Instead of precisely pigtailing the hot wire to each switch, simply extend the length of hot wire to an overly long length. All but a 3/4 inch section of the sheathing where you intend to attach each switch should be discarded, and that section should be replaced with a continuous grounding wire. Attach the exposed section to the screw terminal with a hook, then connect the switch in the same manner as the previous switch. At the last switch, thread the tie wire around the screw in a clockwise direction, just like you would with any other switch. PVC should be cut with a cotton string. Instead of using a hacksaw or handsaw to cut exposed PVC pipe conduit buried in a ditch, a cotton thread can be substituted for these tools while cutting the conduit. Wrap the conduit halfway around with a string, such as the kind used by contractors for form lines, and seesaw the ends together to keep them from falling apart. Because of the friction, a smooth cut of PVC can be achieved in the same amount of time as a hacksaw while taking up to half of the amount of space. When exposed to the heat, the nylon string will not operate because the nylon and the PVC will melt together and become ineffective. Before you box, you should unsheathe. Contrary to popular opinion, stripping wires after they've been placed into a box is substantially more difficult than before. It may seem more convenient to push them through a sheath at the time, but you're actually putting yourself or another electrician in a position of difficulties in the long run if you do so. Always strip your cable sheathing before inserting it into the box knockouts, as this will save you time in the long run and help you save money. Because you will need at least 1/4 of an inch of a sheathing to be left in the box, please take the correct measurements before beginning. As a bonus, this is an excellent opportunity to reinforce one of the most frequently heard pieces of electrician advice. Always allow for an extra margin of safety when working on your project. Use a new light bulb to replace a broken-off old light bulb. First, check to see if the circuit is still operational before proceeding. Any shattered pieces that have remained in the socket should be removed with a screwdriver or a pair of needle-nose pliers. Afterwards, insert the new light bulb into the socket by twisting it in the opposite direction of the old light bulb, which allows the broken end of the old light bulb to be pulled out of the socket. Usually, this is the hardest part to take out. As a result, all of the broken components should be removed, and the socket should be ready to accept the new light bulb as a result. If you're already an electrician running your own business, or just about to start and grow your own electrical business, you must learn the 4 critical things electrical business owners wish they had learned before starting an electrical business so you don't make the same mistakes. Electrician Accelerator have put together a free training video that you can watch right now that will show you exactly how to start, grow, and build your electrical business the right way so you can consistently guarantee profitable work, free up your time, all while reducing stress levels and allowing you to have a sustainable and more profitable business that works for you. In this free training video, you will also learn how to generate a steady stream of jobs on demand and with predictability month after month in your local area without relying on word of mouth and referrals. How to stop competing on price with other electricians and escape your competition. How to convert at least 90% of your quotes and estimates into sales, and how to command premium prices and attract high-quality customers that will be happy to pay more. Click on the link on the description below the video. What's your take on being an electrician? Do you have anything you'd like to add to our list?